And my sincere apologies to our elders. We were supposed to be here at 12 o'clock and we had some logistical problems because we're supposed to be again in Joburg at 6 o'clock. There's another event we are addressing tonight. So our really Mr. Monga Peter has actually spoken for all of us. Because the reason why we come here is because we want to hear. We don't want to behave like we know. I wouldn't have known that there is a discrimination in terms of funding until I come to sit here and I'm like, how is it done? Like, which legislation is used to justify such expenditure from the state where certain people are given a particular amount of money, yet the category is the same, old age allocation. You give this one's 18,000, give this one's 2,000. What are you using? What law, what piece of legislation are you using? And it doesn't even need a toy or anything. It needs functional parliamentarians and members of legislature to write a question to MEC. We are allowed to write questions and they must answer honorably and honestly. And they cannot lie that, no, we're giving them all 2,000. Once they respond, we're giving this one's 18,000 and this one's 2,000, they already know that it is illegal. And therefore, both politically and legally, it is something that must be fought. There's nothing that stops the EFF to go to court and declare that unconstitutional and invalid. And once there is a court order to that effect, then people have to be paid. We can even make it more problematic because we cause more trouble than any other thing. And ask for back pay that you have not paid us properly since 1994. Before that, we were fine. But what law were you using throughout to justify what you have done? So I think we were given here a very clear and very simple mandate. Again, when Mr. Peter was speaking, I'm thinking, I know we've got an MMC. Well, now he says chairperson because we come from villages of Limpopo. So once you say something is a metro, we now assume those who serve in the executive are called MMCs. But I know that there is a recent MMC responsible for electricity, and there's a problem of an old age home that owes 2 million. So let's say, for instance, it was not a billing problem. Just from an indigent point of view, you call a council meeting and sponsor a motion that we need to cancel this debt of not one pensioner, of 60 pensioners and many alike who are being billed in an unjustifiable manner because they are indigents and therefore should be beneficial. So part of what you should have done when you were negotiating with the ANC to share power should have been, when we come in, we need to cancel this debt of 2 million in one old age home. How is it done? How is that possible? So there are certain things we call low-hanging fruits, that when you take over government, you start with the most simplest, obvious things. You say, this one is doable, this one is doable, and then you resolve it. And I think that the chairperson of the electricity, together with the chairperson of the region, should make it their weekly program this week of ensuring they pay attention to this and make sure it is attended to and this thing is scrapped, because it is unacceptable that, elderly people, once they are told you are owing so much, they will never be settled. They will never have peace because they are so scared these people can come anytime and cut our electricity. So to say we are working on it is not enough. Because I'm a child of Ukogwa, we resolve. As long as it's not resolved, I will never hear the end of it. So you want to hear the end of it, just resolve it. So it goes back to zero. They are not refusing to pay, but they can't pay this amount of money which is not justifiable. And therefore, the EFF celebration of 10 years as a gift of the new chairperson of the electricity and the chair of infrastructure and engineering, as gift to the EFF, not to the Gogos. If you undermine these Gogos of Nelson Mandela, at least respect the organization that has deployed you and say, when you came to celebrate with us, you honored us and brought a celebration to us. In return, a good gesture, we cancelled the debt of Gogos, which was 2,000 at the municipality. Then you know you have given them peace. They will always be at peace because they know no one will walk in here and switch off the electricity. We want you to look after those who can't do anything for you. I went to celebrate with other Gogos there in Limpopo. One of them was turning 100. And that was Friday. And then after celebration, we left. And Monday, she passed away. And I had said to this, in a gathering like this, I said, be nice and be good to people who can't do anything. We did a party for her, we danced with her, we enjoyed and all of it. She couldn't do anything for us. She passed away. So why do you only want to do for people who are going to be the next 10 years there voting for you? No, if you are genuine about it, just help people who can't do anything for you. Just seeing the smile on their faces and them appreciating, you know it's enough. Because the director was saying here, you know, we help everyone irrespective of creed and color and all of that. But, you know, black people have been hated for a very long time. And they're still hated even today, not only here, all over the world. Oprah Winfrey, she can't take a walk in her suburb, a morning walk in her suburb, without police stopping her. But what do you want here? Because it's an expensive suburb. And they don't expect a black person like this one is coming to steal the thing the director was speaking about, the one that we installed here. This one, there is a new thing here, he wants to steal it. What criteria do they use? It's a black person. So you see a black person, just give them love because they are hated everywhere. In China, it's even worse. The children, if you are dark, they keep on trying to clean you because they think you are dirty. They associate blackness with dirtiness. I mean, you've dressed up nicely, you took a nice shower in your beautiful clothes, and someone comes to say, it doesn't look like you took shower. You look different. And then you come back home, we do the same thing to you. So we see black people and you see everyone, in particular black people, just show them love. Reassure them and tell them as many times as you can that they are being loved and their dignity shall be restored. Because our coming here to fixing plumber, to fixing electricity, to fixing doors, to repaint the whole thing, is just to say to you, we recognize you as human beings. Because for a very long time, we have not been regarded as human beings. You know, in my language, when you give someone money or you give them a present or give them something, I don't know how to say it in Xhosa, but untirile motho. Yeah, because we're not human beings. But anything that seeks to restore us and recognizes us as human beings, we appreciate. Why would you say undienze umntu if you know umntu? You know that I'm regarded as nothing. I'm not umntu. Wandienza umntu. That's why even when they give us a dilapidated RDP house which is going to crack immediately when they leave, we clap hands and celebrate because undienze umntu, because in my standards I should be in a shack. Because and umntu mna. Nyamazan. Slwanyan. So we don't want that with our people. We want every time we interact with them, they must know they are human beings and we shall restore their dignity. And our program everywhere we go should be about restoring the dignity of our people. How do you do that? You start with those who cannot do anything for you because you are genuine. You go to disabled children. They don't vote. They even if they vote, some of them are so incapacitated to a point where they can't go and vote. But just be nice to them because they are human beings. You go to gogos. It's winter now. The mortality rate of gogos is too high. You can be told tomorrow that, you remember the gogo we met? Ekpumuleni is no longer there. But still be nice to her. Because we must be nice to these dejected and rejected people of ours. And that's what the celebration of 10 years of the EFF seeks to do. So, size apa ekpumuleni, because we want to create a relationship. It's not a once-off. We are not here to deliver gifts and off we go. No, we're going to leave our numbers, we don't carry two phones. I only carry one phone. If I don't want to talk to you, I will tell you, I don't want to talk to you. I don't have to hide from anyone. So we give you reliable numbers so that if there is a problem here in the old age home and you're not getting help, you call us. We will try and help where we can, because we need to try and help institutions like this. Ubaba speaks correctly so. Health must be here. It's not only social development. So meaning, Ekpumuleni must be linked with a hospital. And that hospital must send people more frequently, weekly, to run the test, to do this, to do that. And then from there, give the people the medication. I'm not saying something we have not done. We've done it last week, Friday, we're in Kronstadt in Free State, where the director says, I've been asking for medication. Just one phone call. They were all now getting their medications and all of that. And then they were lining them up, coming to give them weekly medication. So this institution must be linked with the local hospital, and more necessary capacity must be invited, because everywhere where you bring people together, even in the EFF rally, that is one day, there has to be health facilities, because there are people who have gathered in one place. So once you put 60 old age people together in a place like this, you are duty bound to make sure that you provide the necessary facilities. And health is such a primary facility.